Hello, and welcome to today's Disability Pride Chair Yoga special presented to you by Zebra Art Rehab Creative Chair Yoga. If you haven't already, please make sure you have all the props you need. A stable chair. If your chair has wheels on it, make sure that they're locked for safety. You are welcome to place a yoga mat or a comfortable surface underneath your chair. Art supplies if needed for the art activity part of the session. So paper, markers, colored pencils, or any preferred materials for the activity. A safe place to set up to participate virtually and physically in class. Optional is to use props such as a blanket, pillows, blocks, straps, small table to lean on for support or another chair, and a booster. I'm going to be using the support of a small chair for the beginning of the session for warm up, but if you can use whatever feels comfortable for you throughout this session. And then again, we will be participating in art activity, and today's thing will all about be peace. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Hi, my name is Marie. Let's get started with today's chair yoga session. So you can take a seat. I have a little chair next to me that I'm going to use for support for some of our warm-up poses. Let's just take a moment to get settled in. Make sure your feet are planted on the ground. If you need support, you can put a book or a block underneath. Make sure your knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. Hips are hip distance apart, so there's a small gap in between your thighs. Your hands and elbows can be placed gently on your lap. Your sit bones are placed in the middle of your chair to be centered so you're not falling off and you're not leaning back in your chair. You can sit up as straight as you can. Your shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed, eyes relaxed. Let's just take a moment to take 3 breaths together. Inhale through your mouth. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your mouth. Exhale through your mouth. And then one more time. Inhaling through your mouth. And exhaling through your mouth. And it's okay if you need to inhale, exhale through your nose, or inhale through your nose first and exhale through your mouth, whatever works for you. I invite you to find a natural flow to your breath. And you can continue to stare at the screen, or you can lower your eyes to the floor, or you can close your eyes. We're just going to take a moment to kind of manifest. And when I mean manifest, we want to bring something to our attention, something that we want to happen. So we're going to be manifesting peace, more peace. And that's the theme of today's class. And exploring what peace means to us and how it connects with disability pride. And so I know peace is something that, a lot of us would like to have more of, especially in the disability community, but just honoring and celebrating the peace that we do have with the rights that have been placed so far, um, and awareness that has been spread across the world. But there are some areas in disability community that are not what we would want them to be, or there's still improvement. But sometimes when we can't change something on the outside right away, we have to work on ourselves, our inner work. So if you are someone with a disability or someone who is an ally, who has people with disabilities in their life, what are some ways that we can center our own peace so we can get through and be the best that we can be? So keeping that in mind, we're going to start out with some neck stretches. So inhale, lifting your head up, looking at the sky. Exhale, slowly bringing your head down, tucking your chin into your chest for support. And then we're gonna bring your head up to center. Now we're gonna turn our head over to the right, looking over our right shoulder, admiring the right hand side of the room. And then we're gonna turn our head back to center. And then we're gonna turn our head over to the left, admiring the left hand side of the room. And then we're gonna turn our head back to center. Next, I invite you to do some brief shoulder rolls. So lifting your shoulders up towards your ears, rolling them backwards, bring your shoulder blades together, and then bringing them back to normal. Again, lifting up your shoulders, rolling them back and around, and then repeating this movement a couple of times. Then we're going to pause and we're going to rotate our shoulders the opposite direction. So I'm rotating my shoulders forward. So I'm bringing my shoulders up and then forward and around back to neutral. We're just a couple of times to loosen up. Then we're going to pause and release. Next, I invite you to lift up both of your arms as high as it feels comfortable for you. And if it's comfortable just to bend your arms at an elbow, to be in cactus arms, that's fine. Or if you want to slightly lift up your arms, or if you can lift up your arms all the way up and over your head, that's great as well. However, whatever feels comfortable for you. Okay, we're going to keep it here, and then we're going to use our torso to slightly turn our upper body over to the right, and we're going to bring our arms down to the side. And we're just going to admire the right hand side of the room, really feeling that stretch within our core, the sides of our torso. And with every inhale, we're going to try just to twist a little bit deeper if possible. And when you're ready, you can lift up your arms as high as it feels comfortable for you. And use your core muscles to twist your upper body back to center. Then we're going to do the same thing by twisting our upper body to the left-hand side of the room. We're going to lower our arms down, admiring the left side view of our room. Just twisting, inhaling, exhaling, twisting deeper as we become one with this release. And then when you're ready, you can lift up your arms and use your torso muscles to twist back to the center. We're going to bring our arms back down to our lap. I'm going to use the bottom of this chair for support when we do side bends. Now, again, if you are going to use the edge of the table or a chair, bottom of the chair, make sure that it's low enough so it's even towards your hips. If it's higher than your hips, it may not feel comfortable when stretching, okay? And if it's too low, it may, bring off alignment when you stretch to the side. So just make sure that whatever you're using, edge of the table or chair, edge of the counters, that it's in alignment with your hip, okay? So I'm going to place my right hand on the cushion of the chair right next to me. I'm going to inhale, lift up my left arm, and I'm going to slightly turn my body or closer towards the right hand side of the room. And I'm gonna feel a nice stretch on the upper left hand side of my body. And you can bring your left arm up and over as high as it feels comfortable for you. Again, if you need to lower it, that's fine too. Or maybe you need to place it down so your hand is touching, your thigh or the edge of the chair or cushion for support, that's fine too. And you can look up at your hand. You can keep staring at the screen or look down, like the ground. Whatever is comfortable for you. We're just slightly to a slight bend towards the right hand side of the room. Continuing to breathe. And your next breath, you can use your core to bring your upper body back to center. I'm going to be switching sides of the chair for support. Again, if you can't if you cannot move the object that you're using to lean against, see if you can move your body. So you can also move your chair so that the side that hasn't been stretched out is facing that side that you need for support. whatever's comfortable for you. And if you don't need a prop for support, then you can again do what's most comfortable for you. I'm going to place my left hand on the cushion of the chair. Inhale, I'm going to lift up my right arm. Exhale, I'm going to lean my upper body over to the side facing left hand side of the room. I should feel a nice stretch on the upper right hand side of my body where my shoulders are, upper arm is, and ribs. And if it feels uncomfortable, you can always lean your body closer to center to release that tension that you feel in the upper side of your right hand body. Again, you can adjust your arms. If you don't want to have your arms all the way out, extended over your head, you can lower your arms, whatever position, or you can bring your arm down to your thigh or the cushion of your chair or countertop, whatever is comfortable for you. Again, we are here to move in alignment that is peaceful for our bodies, peace and love. When you're ready, you can bring your upper body back to center, lowering your right arm down to your lap. If you were using a prop, you can move it out of your way or put it aside. Next, we are going to transition into moon salutations. Moon salutation is a great flow of different poses that helps to relax and unwind our body because we want to be moving in a peaceful way that honors ourselves, honors who we are, and to be at one. Okay, so again, making sure your feet are placed on the floor, your knees are still bent at a 90-degree angle. For the distance between your thighs, you can increase that distance by expanding or, moving your hips out, open up your hips, increasing that gap in between your thighs. Your feet are out to the side, parallel from each other. Make sure you're still sitting up straight and your sit bones are placed in the middle of the chair. Inhale, lift up your arms as high as it feels comfortable for you. We're going to bring my palms together and lower them down, heart center. I'm going to remove my palms from touching each other, and I'm going to expand my arms out to the side, bend at an angle for cactus arms. Taking a couple of breaths here, honoring our inner goddess, making peace with the inner goddess that flows within us. Next, I'm going to extend my arms out, straight out, so my palms are flipped down, facing the floor, and we're going to enter into star pose. Taking a moment to get adjusted to this pose. Now we're going to do a bend, side bend. So I'm going to lower my right arm down to the edge or inner edge of my thigh, inner thigh, right thigh. Okay. You could also, if it feels comfortable, bend your right arm at the elbow and have your right elbow be placed on top of your right thigh, whatever is comfortable for you. But I'm going to have my right arm straight out and it's going to be placed in between my thighs, laying on top of the inner thigh. Inhale, I'm going to lean my body over to the right. Which is going to bring up my left arm up and over. You can bring up as high as it feels comfortable for you. And again, you can look up at the sky, look at the screen, or look down at the floor. Whatever's comfortable for you. You're just reaching up and over, reaching out for that peace that we want to manifest in our lives. Now, when you're ready, you can bring your upper body back to center, lifting that right arm out, straight out to your side. We're going to switch sides. We're going to lower our left arm down. So I'm straightening out my left arm. It's going to be placed on my inner left thigh. But again, you can bend your arm at the elbow. So your left elbow is placed on your left thigh. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to use my core muscles to lead my body over to the right, which is going to lift up my right arm up towards the sky. And I'm just going to continue to breathe, continuing to reach out for that inner peace. And we also want to check in with ourselves to see how this pose feels to us. If anything feels uncomfortable, you can always bring your body closer back to center to reduce any tension you may feel on the right side of your body. And when you're ready, you can bring your upper body back to center, shooting out both arms out to your side. And when you're ready, you can bring both arms back down to your thighs. We're going to do some cat cows and then do the moon salutations one more time. So inhale, we're going to lift up our chest, arch our back, look up at the sky. Exhale, we're going to round our spine, tuck our chin into our chest. And one more time. Inhale, we're going to open up our spine, or open it over, arching up our back, looking up at the sky. And then exhale, we're going to round our spine and bring our head down, taking our chin into our chest. And then when we're ready, we can bring our upper body back to center. You bring your arms out to the side. Inhale, lift your arms as high as it feels comfortable up and over your head. Bring your palms together. Lower your palms down to your heart, taking a moment to honor yourselves and your community. Exhale, we're going to separate our palms, extend our arms out to the side. Our arms are still bent at the elbow as we embrace our inner goddess. Letting our inner goddess shine and shine around us peace that we are manifesting in our lives, making peace with anything that we are still fighting against. It could be our body, our mind, social injustice in the world, ableism, whatever is causing us to have inner conflict or outer conflict war, we are making peace. When you're ready, you can extend both of your arms out to the side, palms flip down, facing the floor. Getting engaged with our star, because we are all stars here, no matter if you are someone with disability or you are an ally of the disability community, we all shine in our own way. When you're ready, you can bring your right arm down to your right thigh. So I'm straightened out my right arm and it's pressed up against the inner thigh, the inner right thigh. You can also bend your arm at the elbow so your elbow is placed on top of your right thigh, whatever's comfortable for you. And when you're ready, you can lean your body over to the right-hand side of the room, which is going to shoot up your left arm, which is going to be up and over your head, or however far comfortable you want to go for this stretch. You can look up at your fingers, or you can get on the floor at the screen. But again, we're just making peace with ourselves. We're not pushing ourselves over our limit. We determine what our boundaries are, and we want this stretch to feel good. So whatever helps us to reach our goals for today, I encourage you to do so. And when you're ready, you can bring your upper body back to center. You can straighten out both of your arms back out to your side. Saying hello to our inner star. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to lower my left arm this time down towards the inner part of my left thigh. So you can have your arm straight or bend at the elbow. So your elbow is placed on your left thigh for support. We're going to inhale, lean our body over to the left-hand side of the room, which is going to shoot up that right arm up towards the sky. You go as far as it feels comfortable for you. You don't have to bring out your arm all the way up and over. If you need to bring it lower, that's fine. Just making peace with ourselves, accepting where we are today, no fighting, just all peace and love. And then when you're ready, you can bring your upper body back to center. Bring out both of those arms out to the side. And then we're going to bring our arms down. Okay. And from here, if you need to recenter your sit bones, please do so. You can keep your legs out, extended out so your hips are stretched. Inner hips are stretched, inner thighs are stretched out. There's a large gap still in between your thighs. Feet are still planted on the ground parallel. Inhale, lift your arms as high as it feels comfortable for you. Now I'm going to bring this chair out in front of me for support because we're going to do a wide forward fold. So again, inhale, lift your arms up and over as high as it feels comfortable for you. When you exhale, we're going to forward over using the power of our hips. So we're going to lean over. So some of you may want to go all the way down to the floor. So your hands are touching either your ankles, your feet, or the ground. Some of you may need support. So if you need something to lean on in front of you, like a chair, edge of a table, or countertop, please do so. I'm going to be leaning on the cushion of a chair. I'm going to keep my back straight. So I'm doing a halfway fold. My arm, so you can have the chair out further out in front of you so your arms are fully extended and just my hands are touching the cushion of the chair. Or if I to lessen that tension, I can bring the chair or object closer to me and I can have my arms bent at the elbows. So my elbows are pushing up against the cushion and my hands are placed on a chair as well for a less intense stretch. I'm taking time here. Your head could be parallel, so it could be hanging low if your arms are all the way down to the ground, or it could just be, looking down but straight. You're not bending it, you're not drooping it down, it's just parallel. Taking time here to just stretch out any tension, anything that may be in our body that we're fighting, that we just want to release, make peace with. Taking a couple of more breaths here. When you're ready, you can slowly start moving your body up. So I'm going to slowly roll up using the support of the chair, rolling up my head last. I'm going to move the object away so I can see all of y'all. And now we're going to close the gap in between our thighs. So our thighs are hip distance apart. I'm going to sit back in my chair, but making sure my feet are still planted on the ground. And we're going to take a moment to rest in Shavasana. So I welcome you to get any props you may need. If it's a blanket to put behind you so you can lean back in your chair, cushion for your chair, if it's a hard surface that you're sitting on, or if you want to lie on the floor, you can. Whatever is comfortable for you. I'm going to stay seated here. I'm just going to bring both the sides of my feet together, and I'm going to open up my thighs for more of a butterfly pose. So my knees are facing the opposite sides of the room. And there's a nice inner gap in between my inner thighs. And I'm gonna just bring my arms crisscross over my lap. But you are welcome to pick whatever Shavasana chair course pose feels comfortable for you. We're just gonna take a couple of breaths here. I'm going to place one hand over my heart and the other hand over my hands. And I'm just going to get in touch with my breath. Thinking about Disability Pride Month and what piece I would like to see accomplished. What areas of my own disability identity do I need to find peace? Or if you're an ally, what areas of disability community or maybe your loved ones that have a disability do you hope peace will be able to take over to create the change that you hope to see in your disability community? And we're just taking time to breathe in through our nose and breathe out through our mouths. Again, breathing in through our nose and breathing out through our mouths. Making peace. Taking a moment of silence to honor those in the disability community, those that are still here, those that have passed, Just taking time to honor and also to honor ourselves. And when you're ready, you can bring your arms down to your lap. If your feet are touching the sides, if touching the sides of each other, you can separate your feet, bringing your legs down to a normal um, neutral position. Waking up our bodies. If you need to sway to the side, please do so, whatever feels comfortable for you, swaying left to right, finding your own rhythm. If it feels comfortable for you, do so. If it feels comfortable to slightly rock back and forth, you can do that as well. Gently waking up your body. Okay. And when you're ready, I invite you to bring your arms out to the side. Inhale, lift your arms up and over, however high it feels comfortable for you. You bring your palms together, lowering them down, heart center. Thank you so much for taking time to practice your yoga with me today. You can give yourself a hug. So I'm first sitting my arms out to my side of my body. My hands are touching my shoulders, and I'm just feeling that warm embrace. Just honoring that inner peace we have manifested today through this practice. Wishing you lots of love and kindness. If you have time, please stay tuned for our art activity, which I'm about to share on the screen in a minute. If you gotta go, thank you so much for coming. We hope that you can join us next time and continue celebrating Disability Pride Month all year long. For those that want to stay, I encourage you to transition out of your chair yoga and to get your art supplies out. And again, if you just want to stay in Shavasana and continue the rest, please do so. Okay, please get your art supplies out, whatever is comfortable for you, just a blank piece of paper and a writing utensil, whatever you have available at this time. Okay, and we're going to take time to just do some self-reflection. So on your blank piece of paper, we're going to do a quick sketch of what peace means to us, especially during Disability Pride Month. Okay, and you can just do a random sketch, and it could be about, the intersection of peace and disability pride and how embracing both could empower you, uh, as a person with a disability or as an ally. And when you're done with your quick sketch, we're going to do some self-reflection. So please make sure you get the materials you need. And we'll come back to do a reflection in a moment. Okay, you should give yourself a couple of minutes. And again, this is just a quick sketch. You do not have to make anything perfect. I know for me, all I had was a pink Sharpie and a blank piece of paper from my sketchbook that I was using to write on. So nothing fancy because this is a really quick reflection. So I hope that you were able to express yourself freely and let you know this activity uh, flow through you with no judgment. Now it is time to self-reflect. So I invite you to put down your writing utensil, lay down your paper that you were drawing on, and let's take time to reflect. Now I want you to look at your drawing and think about the feelings and ideas you've expressed to your drawing, especially in the context of Disability Pride Month. Okay? I know for me, I did a quick sketch. Again, this was on Sharpie. I just drew a peace sign, and then inside the peace sign, I wrote the words no judgment, joy, unconditional love. And then I drew lines outside of the peace sign to make it look like a sun. And then at the bottom of my paper, I put let peace shine in you. Again, that was a quick sketch. So I'm just, looking at what my drawing means to me. And again, this is something that resonates with me, something that I hope to embody or to bring in my community, being that sunshine of peace, because there's so much going on. Um, just being able to be calm and peaceful to help others and would go a long way. So, whatever you've drawn on your paper, taking that time to make a connection of what that drawing means to you. And if you want to further explore this, you can continue drawing. You can get out a journal and write out how this activity makes you feel. You can also, talk to other people and talk to them about it. Whatever, helps you to reflect. Again, this is optional. You can share what you have drawn today on social media. You can use the hashtag Zebra Art Rehab Reflection to share. And you can also contact us if you have any questions. But that is going to be the end of our chair yoga class today. And I hope that you are able to continue on with your day through flowing through peace or flowing with peace, whatever brings you peace, and to keep celebrating Disability Pride Month. Thank you so much for coming today and have a great day.